What's up everybody, Raider XP here. Today we're going to show you how to build a nice, easy, simple cactus farm. First thing you're going to need is some cactus. I'm going to make mine about 16 cactus wide, but you can start with just one piece. But I'd like to set mine up for, to be able to farm out 16 at a time. So 16 cactuses, 16 pieces of sand, 16 pieces of dirt, 2 hoppers, 12 fence, they can be of any kind, 2 buckets of water, 4 pieces of glass, 46 stone slabs, they can be any choice, any of your choice. And then I grab myself about 2 stacks of a block. Once again, those blocks can also be of your choice. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our frame. And our frame is going to be 10 squares, 10 blocks by 11 blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then we'll bring that down to match. And I want to do this about 4 tall so that everything stays where it's supposed to and goes where it's supposed to. You can also layer this farm with more than just one layer. You just do the exact same thing I'm doing here right on top of the first one you build. Alright, now we got that laid out. What we're going to want to do is come to the back here and we're going to place rows of bricks, blocks right there in the back just like so. We're going to come down here and we're going to build a little secondary area for funneling, just like so. But you're going to want to dig this 2 deep over top of your top one there. So we'll take that all out like so. And you're going to want to place 2 blocks just like so. Now what you need to do is take your 2 buckets of water and we're going to make an infinite water supply just like so. Take 1 bucket, put it in that corner, the other bucket in that corner, and you can see we now have an infinite water supply. Super awesome. Take your water and you're going to run your water all along the backside just like that. You'll see that flows right to the edge, and then do the same thing right there, and that should all flow right to the edge right there. Now we're going to grab our chest and place a double chest right there like so. Grab your hoppers, come around behind, crouch down, place 2 hoppers facing into the chest. Now I use an add-on called directional hoppers, and that's why you can see these little red arrows there. Now that tells me what direction the hopper is facing at all times, so I don't have to break stuff out and look and see if I did it right or did it wrong. Now we're going to grab our glass and we're going to put 2 rows of glass stacked on top of one another, and you can see your chest is still open. And then we're going to close this part off here. Just to make it nice and aesthetically pretty. Okay, once we've done that, we need to grab our slab and we need to place slabs on the top of all of these walls that we just did here so no mobs can spawn on you. The last thing we want to do is try to come to our farm and find mobs all over inside it and on it and all that good stuff. That's a real hassle to try to deal with that. Alright, now we're going to get our dirt out and we're going to run a row of dirt along the front edge here, and then we're going to take out every other piece of dirt. You're going to want to do that 3 more rows just like so. last row. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our sand. I'm going to place sand on top of each one of these pieces of dirt. Now the reason we had to put the dirt there obviously is because sand likes to fall, so it would fall into the water and that would just screw up the whole farm. So we do go just like that. Now we grab our cactus, and again, you don't have to have 16 cactuses when you start this farm off. You can start with as little as 1, and over time, as your cactuses grow and drop off, they'll fall down into your hoppers, and then you just add them so that you have more and more and more till you have all 16. Now what we want to do is we grab our fence, and again, this fence can be of, you know, any of your choosing, and then break out the ones that are adjacent to the air. And we're going to do this all the way down, breaking out the ones that are above the cactus because we don't want to stop the cactus from growing. We'll break out each one just like so. And do the same here. Just like so. Now if you want to expand, like I said, you can just add another, take out the slabs, add another row of blocks, put a roof on it, and do the exact same thing we just did here on top. Now you can enclose this all in glass if you want to, but I don't really find the need, the necessity, stuff like that. So what's going to happen, and I haven't gotten any produced up into this one yet, so what I'm going to show you, what's going to happen here is your cactuses are going to grow. They're going to break because of the fence post here, and that's going to drop the cactuses down into the water. And that water will be pushed all the way to the edge here and drop off the edge. As you can see, it just did right there. And then once that gets to the edge, it'll fall off into the water there and be funneled down to the hoppers. It'll fall in the hoppers. And voila, collecting your cactuses all in your chest here, nice and neat. And you can see, in no time, you'll have tons of cactuses to use for with whatever you need to use. And that's how we build our simple automatic cactus farm. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.